5 best Fortnite duo drops for Fortnite Chapter 5. This is going to be a banger guide with some banger drops, so let's go. A reminder that my new Christmas death run is linked down in the description, so make sure you go play it. It's a banger. Let me know your time in the comments. Our first drop is actually going to be up here, and it is this little ship. It's saying I haven't explored it, but I have. The map is glitching a lot this season. However, this ship is actually crazy for a number of reasons. For starters, it is quite out of the way, as you can see right here, and it's quite unnoticeable. You're not actually seeing it. A lot of people don't even know this ship exists. In fact, I didn't even know it was there until the 5th day of the season. What makes this ship so good is it has 23 chests on it. I don't need to tell you that 23 chests is a lot of chests. This thing honestly has too many chests on it, and even has a launch pad for permanent mobility. It is very similar to the old yacht. I'd recommend one of you land up here, at least one of you, to get the main chest up here so you can control the deck. If you can control the deck, then it's going to put you at a massive advantage in terms of this POI, because you're basically on the high ground. You got the high ground, you're controlling the area. People can't get out of this ship if you control the deck. We also have a vault in this ship, and if you kill one of the NPCs, which he is actually super weak, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, he's not a hard boss to kill, but if you kill him, you can then get to the vault, and the vault is pretty awesome as well. Not the best vault in the world, but having the epic chest is a massive advantage this season. Guaranteed purple weapons are always going to be solid. And the amount of gold you get from this is incredible. On this boat, guys, you've just got to stay together in order to get all the kills and just mop up everyone, to be honest. There's not too many NPCs, you just got to make sure you get wary of the cameras, because if they mark you, then people are going to be right on your back. Use this launch pad to zip out of here. People may have landed this church. This could be a good option if you're uncontested to come and key this church, because there's not as much loot over here, so you can quickly get a couple kills. Honestly, a W drop for drop number 1. What about drop number 2 though? This second drop you're going to find right in the top right of the map. It is this little thing right here. I say little, but I use that word very loosely because it's little in size, but it is large in loot. As I said, from here it is nothing spectacular. We're looking at it, and apart from having the obvious high ground, there's nothing that special looking about it. There's 4 buildings, and it's not looking too great. However, when we come to land and find out this thing has over 18 chests, it becomes a lot more impressive. There is also a lot of slurp barrels here. That was not a slurp barrel, that was a metal canister. However, these are some of the slurp barrels. They're just lying out in the open, so you can just grab one and just pop it like that with cone. If you're landing here with the Geo, the main building is definitely the best bet, or at least some of the floor loot around the outside of it. You don't want to land either one of the little huts, because there are a lot less loot over there, and it's going to put you at a loot disadvantage compared to everyone else landing at this location. There is an NPC here, and you want to be again careful of the cameras. Similar to the yacht, actually. The NPC is pretty easy to take out though. We just come up here, take him out. There is a comms keycard. Comms keycard, you want to come down this metal staircase, put it in, and we're ready to go. This is the vault secured. It's very similar to the last vault. It's not like a full-on vault, but again, for the amount of effort it takes to get this vault, it is well worth it. Ton of gold once again, and there is also a legendary chest. And we have a gold shotgun, which is very, very good. We can all agree. Then you got to remember, guys, is you are likely to be contested here, so you will once again need to stick together as a duo, as you always should be doing off spawn. If you're separating as a duo off spawn, that is not the way to go. You're going to get cut down instantly by better teams. But overall, this was the second drop spot, and I hope you enjoy it. There's also some bricks there for you. Aha! You thought we were moving on to drop spot number 3. Not before. I'd remind you to put in code JKC in the Fortnite item shop. Number 1 way to support me, helps me out a lot. Make sure you pop it in and let me know if you have in the comments section. Actually, on to drop number 3. Our next drop is another unnamed location. That's right, guys. We're going crazy with the unnamed locations this season because there are so many good ones. This one is just past Pleasant Piazza and actually is on the same road. So you can actually come in after you've finished looting this area and attack Pleasant Piazza and whoever won the off-spawn fight there. Because guaranteed you will have better loot than them. Because this drop's pretty wild. Now this drop has 23 chests if I'm not mistaken. It is also possible for the drones to spawn here, which I really like. That is because it is literally a drone factory. This means if you do mess up the drop, you can pick off some drones in the sky, and just get some loot before running into the building. Drones can drop big pots, minis, and a weapon. So in terms of getting kitted out early game, they are literally perfect. The building is well done and it's honestly pretty open, so you can fight well in it. There's not many opportunities or places you're going to get cut off, and you can have a pretty good fight throughout the entire thing. Actually having a fight in here rather than just running in people's faces, because there's a lot of room. Since there's no vault here, I don't have any particular place that you should land. It's all up to you guys. Make your own loot pass as a team and make sure you are constantly nearby each other and you're not crisscrossing into enemy territory, and you can both get enough loot to win this place off spawn, because when you win it off spawn, it is crazy. And I might actually consider landing here myself. If you don't get a good drop and can't get the supply drones, run over to this house right here. This house is going to have a couple chests in, 3 or 4, and it's going to serve as a useful starting point for you. You know what it's time for? It's time for drop number 4. This is your next drop. That's right, we came in quite suddenly this time, guys. This is drop number 4, and as you can see, it's quite in the middle of nowhere. Again, my map is glitching. However, you're both going to land this and contest this place right here. However, when you're finished, you're going to take the zip line over to this island and scoop up all of the loot over here. There are quite a couple chests over there, even if it looks a bit barren. This house right here has a lot of mats. It has good positioning, it has a reboot van down below, and it has 8 chests. Over here has about the same, has 8 chests, and it has your wood supplies for the game along with a lot of big bricks. For this big house, you want to make sure you land on top, where this kind of container is. You want to be up there, because there is an instant 2 chests up top here, and you just gotta make sure none of the loot falls down, otherwise you're going to be giving loot to the enemy. However, once you get this chest and you're ready to set and go, you can then kind of go along the other layers of the house, picking off some of the enemies. You might get one of the team contesting you here. I can't see it being a drop with a ton of people. However, the house is pretty roomy, so even if there are other people, you can actually have a proper fight with them. A proper box fight where you're not all cramped, and I really like that about this place. This island is also pretty solid for mats. I think I said that already, but it definitely is. And the beach here has around 3 chests on it, as well as coolers, which are quite rare in a new season, surprisingly. Solid drop. Honestly, a drop I'd be considering this season. You know the drill. We got another drop to tell you about. I wish my map would stop glitching, but we're looking down here this match. It's not a massive drop, it's not a massive POI, but we're looking down here at this house. There are 2 parts to this drop. There is a train station and there is a house. We're going to be landing at the house, because the house has 18 chests inside. The train station is a possibility if you are contested though. As long as you both partners agree on where you're landing, you either land the train station or the house. If you want to land at the train station, make sure you agree with your duo. But if you want to land at the house, make sure you agree. Agreement is important, guys. If you have to land at 2 separate places, it's not going to work out well for you. I would again suggest, however, getting some of the easy chests, like the ones on the floor. There are quite a couple that just spawn out in the open on this drop. You need a good drop. I would suggest a drop map. Just make one up in ranked. Make sure you have a solid drop every single time, because if you get one of these chests that are just lying open, people hacking in the roof, that is literally 3 kills. I'm not even joking. As well as the amazing geology over here, which is really quite astounding. The 18 chests make this drop such a good drop. So worthwhile, honestly. It means you're never going to walk out of this drop without your ideal loadout, because there are just so many opportunities to get what you want. All I will say, if you do feel like you are shambles and you're going to die and you're contested, you can always move backwards. It's a genuinely possibility in this drop. Just move backwards. There's 2 more chests here. Just grab them quickly. It takes less than 10 seconds, and just slowly walk your way towards that amazing geology over here. Be careful not to fall off the cliff though. This is a beautiful love heart, and it's going to serve as your saving grace for this drop. If you are contested, they're not going to be able to come over to you because you're marking the zip line, and you can just chill around here. There are quite a couple chests down here as well, including buried treasure chests, which are pretty useful, to be honest, because if you are short on loot, the odd buried treasure chest can go a long way. I have a deal for you guys. If you even liked one of these drop spots, I want you to quickly go put this code in Fortnite Creative and try out my new Impossible Christmas DEATHRUN map. I promise you'll find it a challenge, and I want to see what time you get. Comment it down below and watch this video on the screen right now to look at some solo drops you could possibly land at. Solo drops are a lot harder to find, so I'd recommend watching it in a bit, guys.